Our story begins in Marrakesh. We become familiar with our riad and get ourselves ready to experience the Jamais al Fina. With tourists and locals who use this square on a day-to-day basis.
Journalists.
You can find anything from food, shirts, bags, any type of item that you may need, you will find it here. As your senses become overwhelmed by the smell of spices and fruits that hit your nose, the lively crowd encourages you to try tagine, the traditional dish of Morocco. Hundreds gather here at the Jamais al Fina to give it a taste. There is a true sense of camaraderie here, as most share a table and eat a meal with complete strangers. It's heartwarming to experience.
Quello che siamo andati a visitare a Granada.
Standing on the southern rim of the Medina, the Bahia Palace is a splendor of architecture. This Andalusian and Moorish architecture tells a story of a former slave who became Grand Vizier. The construction of the palace began in 1859 by Si Musa and then was expanded by his son, Siba Ahmed. Within the palace, there are a total of 160 rooms. Each of the rooms has a brilliant presence, as the walls are dazzled with gold and a special tile made here in Morocco called zalige. This tile is handcrafted and is also made of special blends of clay that give each tile a unique look. As you walk through the palace, it's easy to gaze at this splendor. The intricate tile work makes for a beautiful mosaic of colors blending together, making this a sight to see. Despite its history, with many wars and many rulers coming here and destroying some of the palace's integrity, the palace remains very well preserved. A lot of the walls and the ceilings are dazzled with a tile that is a traditional tile here. It's called zalige. Sultan Ahmed al-Mansur, the third ruler of the Saadian dynasty, built the Saadian Tombs. This is where his own tomb resides, as well as his family members and Jewish dignitaries. The tombs portray the work of artisans hired by the Sultan to create not only a space of perplexing artwork, but to also demonstrate the power behind his kingdom. Behind me lay the Saadian Tombs. This complex houses a total of 7 different sultans, including 62 of their family members of the Saadian dynasty. It's obvious that every detail regarding the afterlife mattered to the Sultan. And it's also fascinating to see how well preserved these tombs are, even after hundreds of years.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله
Located in the southwest Medina district, behind me stands the Qutobia Mosque. It's the largest mosque in Marrakesh, and it still stands today. The mosque was rebuilt in 1158, and the second structure you see here today is what remains of it.
Mountain here, the Atlas mountain, it's named Toubkal, the highest one in the north of Africa, with 4,165 meters. 4,165 meters. Okay? And to go to the Atlas mountain, there is 3 different ways. This way, which name is Orica Valley. There is another way in the, for example, if you want to go towards Azad, the Sahara, you have to across the Atlas mountain. And the third one is in this way. It's called Imlil. So for the majority of the foreigner people who want to discover the Atlas mountain, they prefer to take the third one, Imlil.
Okay.
So also another village where you can find the hostels, the shops, the artisanal, everything. So the foreigner of the people, they stay there, and then to day morning, he climbed to the top of the mountain.
Wow.
And here when the ladies make carpet, because in every house here they have a loom, and the ladies prefer to make the rugs in the house. And this one about material, it's a sheep wool, but we have other material. We have camel wool, we have silk of cactus, we have cotton. It's does mean for material.
Okay.
And this is without sheep.
How long have you lived here?
For me,
Yes,
I grew up here.
you grew up
Yeah.
here. And you make all of these.
These rugs?
Yes.
I know. This is the Berber ladies. They make carpet. It's not the man.
Okay.
Yeah, the man make the pottery, the jewelries, but the carpet it's only ladies.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many ladies would you say
Mhm.
it like consistently works here to make
A
all?
lot of ladies.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Okay.
In every village we know a lot of ladies they make carpet. A lot of them. Okay, this is
Thank you.
Thank you.
well,
How long does it take?
about size. For example, they have some carpet that takes 6 months. About size for the biggest one. Now they have 3 months, 4 months. About size.
Material that's used for these.
As I told you, we have 4 material. We have silk of cactus, we have sheep wool, camel wool, and cotton.
Okay. And all of that is, you can get it here in Morocco?
No,
All of
actually,
it are
cotton,
there?
we don't have cotton in Morocco. We bring it in other country.
Okay.
Yeah. Just silk, sheep wool, camel. But 80% for the carpet, it's sheep wool.
Okay.
I start with this one. This is sheep wool. This one is for High Atlas Mountain. And this is thicker because actually the one for High Atlas Mountain, because in High Atlas Mountain it's cold. For that the ladies make thicker. And this is 100% sheep wool. Yeah. And all the time we have French in one side. Because always this is the beginning of the work and here is the end of work. This one is from Orica, from this area.
Wow.
And here actually the ladies like to see the color in the carpet, the fluffy color. The ladies like to see much colors. And they make always also thicker because it's also cold in the winter time. For that they prefer thicker.
How long has this been open for? How many years has this?
Here it's maybe 20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
How much experience does a woman have to have in order to come make these? Like, can anybody do it, or you have to have experience?
No, of course. Of course. When you don't have experience, you don't do the car.
Okay. How could you get experience? You have to learn at
Maybe-
home, or?
No, they have some ladies, old ladies, they teach the other girl to start. They start with small size, but with the time they can make the bigger one. I don't know exactly about time, maybe 4 years, 6 years. So this is our tagine. Okay? Our lunch for today.
Wow. What are they growing? What are these? What is this? Are they like farming something or?
So it depends about the period. For example, in the summer, the people of the village, they grow in the lands like the wheat, the barley, okay? Because we don't have enough water to water in the lands.
Okay.
But in the winter, the people of the village, they grow a lot of kind of vegetables, like the onions, the carrot, the tomato, potato also, because in the winter you have a lot of water because it's snow here and it's raining.
And the vegetables stay here, or do they do any of them get taken to
Like
out of the
buy it
village?
and sell it in the souk. No, so the majority of the people they keep it
For themselves.
For themselves, yeah.
Okay, so it's like,
And it's not enough.
and it's not
It's
enough
not enough. That's why the people every Monday they go down
to
to
the
the
souk.
souk in Orica Valley to buy the vegetables.
So, growing up here, can you tell me a little bit more of what life is like?
So I still remember when I was a kid. So our life it's normal, like all the kids in Morocco. But for example, we start our days with going to the school, like in 6 o'clock. Our parents wake up us to go to the mosque to read the Quran. For like we spend like 2 hours or 3 hours in the mosque with the imam. We read the Quran, and then when we finish, we take some rest in our homes, and then we come to the school. We spend also like 4 hours in the school, and then we go to play. In the past we don't have the stadium that we have now. We play just in the lands, the old one, the old stadium. When we finish, it's also the time for the second prayer, okay? Because in a day we have 5 times for the prayers.
What are those times?
For the first one at 5 or 6 o'clock
In the morning.
in the morning, it's the time when we go to the mosque to read the Quran. The second one in 2 o'clock. So when we finish the score, we go directly, speedily to our homes to have the lunch and to get dressed, and then we go to the mosque. We pray with the people of the village, and we go down to read Quran again with the imam. From the second prayer to the third one, from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. It's a lot of time. And we find it a little bit difficult, exactly in the summer, because in the summer the weather here is a little bit warm. So we read the Quran like this. I don't know the name of the thing that when we read the Quran, yeah. So we read like this for 4 hours or 3 hours and a half, and so I still remember that the majority of the kids they read the Quran like this, and we do it every time. And sometimes the imam come behind of us. When he finds someone sleep and he don't read the Quran, they hit them. You have to read the Quran. But in he see that in Berber, which means You have to read the Quran. You are not coming here to sleep.
Sleep,
If you want to
yeah.
sleep, go to your home. So when we finish, we are free from the third prayer to the fourth one. So we are free. Some of us they go to watch the TV because in the past when I was kids we don't have the cell phone. Not like today. You can in the village you can find like just a kids with 10 or 12 years has a
In the village?
yeah.
Here?
Yes, has a cell phone.
Wow.
Yes, it's not like the past when I was kid. We don't have. We
Nothing.
don't know what is the phones.
Wow.
We watch just the TVs.
Just the TVs?
Yeah, and some of them is
Or
still
so
okay.
good.
And another part of the kids, they go to help their parents in the land, like working, do anything. And I think in 7 o'clock, the 4-1, we have to go to the mosque again
Okay.
to read the Quran, and in the last one, the last prayer in 8 or 9 o'clock, we finish and we go to sleep.
A lot of structure,
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Okay.
It's like a routine. We do that every time.
And you
But
follow...
the imam of the mosque sometimes they give us like a day or 2 days, like a vacation. They told us tomorrow don't come to the mosque. You can do anything you want.
And so you follow this when you go back into Marrakesh? Like you follow that routine?
No,
No.
no. I can see also that now in the village, the things are really changed.
Okay. And why?
The people now, I think, the student, they don't go to the mosque all the time. Rarely will they go to read the Quran, because I told you that the things are very different, are really changed.
Why do you think that is?
I think because of this thing and of this thing.
So, technology.
Yeah, the technology, yeah. In the past, we don't have the connection, we don't have the cell phones. Even if we have the free time, we sit like this and we discuss together, or we play in the lands, we go to the mountains, do everything. But now, if you go out to the village, you will find the kids staying, but no one talk to others. Everyone do like this, chatting with the people.
So it went from being very community oriented to now a little more not self-reserved, but kind of kids and people keep to themselves. Is it just the kids that are using the technology, or is it the adults?
No, we are talking just for the kids, but the others also using the cell phone, except our parents. The old men, the old women, because I told you they don't know how to read and how to write, so that's why the majority of them they don't know how to use the cell phones. So for them they still staying together, discuss about their problems, discuss about anything.
Okay. So technology has definitely, it's changing the younger generation.
Yeah,
And
exactly. And also I think it's not just here in my village. I think in everywhere. Maybe in America, I think.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's not our problem.
No,
It's not just for
it's
us.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Last burning question. Would you say that culture here has changed due to tourism, or or does it have like an actual has tourism caused a substantial amount of change in culture and tradition here, or is it minor, would you say?
I think the reason is the whole world, not just the tourism. Okay? So, for example, in the past, I will give you just one example. The girls here in the village in the past, when they wear something, we call it jlaba or milhaf. So you cannot see her leg, something like that. She's all the time. They wear the clothes. I don't know how can you see that. You understand?
Yes.
Like this. And also they put the hijab. But now, because of the television, because of the cell phones, because of a lot of things, for example, the girl stay in her home, in her house, and they watch the TV, they watch the girls like her, they wear something more comfortable, they don't put the hijab. So in her mind, he told, why these girls are like this, and for me, I wear all the time the same clothes, something like that. Me too, I want to wear just like you, the short like this, and to live my life as I want. But what I think, if this girl have a real faith of the Islam, he will not think about that.
A real what?
A real faith of our religion, of Islam, because our religion told the girl, do not wear like you now. Okay? So there is a lot of things help to change our culture here.
And how are families coping with this type of change, or families that are strong in your religion?
So there is some people, some families, as you see now, they have strong religion of Islam, so they not accept that.
You're not allowed.
Yeah. All the time they communicate with their kids. Do not wear like this. We are Muslims. Our religion told us to do that. The Prophet Muhammad do that, so we have to follow the Prophet. And the girls and the kids accept that. In the beginning it will be a little bit difficult, but they accept that. In another side, there is some families, they
A little more lenient.
exactly, they let their kids do anything they want. When, for example, when you talk with him, with parents, sorry, why did you let your girl dress like this? We are Muslims, man. He answered by, you are an older man. This thing is just in the past. Now we are in the future. This is the new culture. You have to let your kids do anything you want. And for me, this is not good. Yeah.
Because it's allowing too much freedom, or because
So
it's
when
kind of going out of the religion?
Exactly.
I guess you'd say stronghold.
It's kind of going out of your religion, and it's kind of going out of your culture also. But I will just to tell you something. For example, when we say to the girls, you have to wear very carefully or something like that, that it doesn't mean that we take their freedom. Because there is some people, foreigner people told me, you should not told your girl that is obligation to wear like this. For me, they have to wear like this because we are Muslims. Our religion told us to do that. Our Prophet told us to do that.
صور
As I reflect over our discussion, we enjoy some tea at Imad's home. There is a feeling of peace and serenity in the air. For although we might have our own beliefs and opinions, we are both human, learning and expanding our perception of life. I thank Imed for bringing me into his home and sharing a part of his culture. I hope others can gain some insight about culture around the world and perhaps do some self-reflection in order to understand each other and coexist as one. After all, we are all human.
Mm-hmm.